6 years ago, a garment factory in Bangladesh collapsed, killing more than 1,300 workers producing clothes for the UK high street. The so-called Rana Plaza tragedy prompted greater scrutiny of the fashion industry, not just in its human cost, but also into how much damage it was causing to the environment. Ali Fortescue reports now on how it's been cleaning up its act.
Big brands leading the way on transparency, disclosing more about how their clothes are made and their sustainable policies than ever before. Among them, sports giant Puma.
We see that the public is very interested. We see the students protesting on the streets, and therefore we need to answer questions, sometimes inconvenient questions. So to sell more, of course, is also something we want to do. We want to grow our business, and therefore we want to make sure, and we have to make sure, that our impact is not negative.
At the top end of the Transparency Index, with more than 60% of their information disclosed, Adidas, Reebok and Patagonia. Other big brands, including Marks & Spencer, H&M and Puma, were amongst the highest scorers. But 5 companies ranked 0, including Tom Ford and Mexx. And overall, much of the industry remained secretive, with an average score of 21% amongst the biggest fashion brands. But the numbers are better than last year, and there's a feeling that fashion is slowly opening up.
There's been a real paradigm shift around massive brands and retailers publishing who their suppliers are. So where are their clothes being manufactured? What are the processing facilities further down the tier of supply chain? And even what are some of the sources of their raw materials?
It's obviously a good thing that big brands are being more transparent, but that doesn't necessarily mean that these labels are more sustainable. We're getting through clothing faster than ever before, and fashion is still a highly wasteful and a highly polluting industry.
We use a lot of land, we use a lot of water, we use a lot of chemicals, and there are vast numbers of people manufacturing our clothes. So it's one that has an impact on a global scale.
But some of the most sustainable materials are actually the most expensive. So how does this make business sense for companies?
The younger generation that we see at the college here, our students, are a lot more mature in their thinking around these topics. And these are the next generation that will go into these businesses. And to attract the talent, where these guys want gender parity, they want inclusion, they want diversity, businesses have to respond to that and to be seen to be responsible.
She's got style, she's got grace, she's a winner.
Opening up this opaque industry will need more than just a few big brands on board. Fast fashion may sell, but increasingly, so does an ethical product. Ali Fortescue, Sky News.
In some other news in brief, the Indian Ocean